Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are the Subletts. Missouri, Texas. Yeah. You love me. You believe in me. You cherish me.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing?
Turn this so you can be in the camera.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Welcome to Meet the Subletts. I never turned it too much. Maybe it's you. Okay.
It's me. I need to come closer.
Yeah. Just come a little closer.
Y'all, we still getting it together. Oh, okay, there I am. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing this evening? Bay has been sick the last couple of days. I'm definitely having some allergy issues, but I'm not sick, so thank you, Jesus. I really, well, you had me worried. Like she was just out of there. Like it is so crazy because I've had allergies forever, and yeah, she was very snotty, and and I knew that it would irritate her because my snot rags irritate her. So I made sure when I could tell it was well enough, let me just go and get her a little bag. And she had them all in the, a bag. It's
I wish
okay.
you would put yours in the bag.
I understand. That's why I was like, I knew it would irritate her if she had all these tissues everywhere. So I got her a little bag. But yeah, I've been taking care of that. Well, if you are joining us for the first time, and for those who are repeat offenders, my name is Candace. Yes, Candace Taboo Sublett, and this is my wife, Aqua Sublett, and we are the Subletts. Here out of Dallas, Texas, by way of Kansas City and wherever she wants to say. You want to say?
Texas.
In Texas. Okay. So tonight's topic is, what is it?
It's women in tech.
Women in tech. Okay, women in tech. I'm excited about that. I actually was doing a little research. I went and found our guest on LinkedIn and her business. So I'm excited to meet up with her later on today. My wife told me about her a couple of weeks ago. Was it?
Yes.
Yes. So she's like, this is what we're going to have on.
Yeah.
And she knew I would love that type of stuff. So I'm excited to meet her tonight. So let's get to these weekly highlights. You're first this week because I'm always first.
Yes, because that's the order of the show.
But no, because I don't have one yet.
Oh, you can think of one
between now and then. Yeah. I got to figure it out.
Well,
I'm really thinking y'all too.
I don't really know if I have one either. I had a meeting today, actually. I had a phone call. I obviously didn't go anywhere, but because, but I had a meeting with this really awesome guy. He owns, I believe it's called Plug Hub.
Okay.
Network or something like that. I remember it because the colors is green, white, and black.
Okay.
And so I had a conversation with him, and we were just kind of talking about how we can network and kind of partner together on some different things. And so he's invited me to a couple of events to, interview different business owners and that kind of stuff. So I'm super excited to do that.
Okay, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Look at you, get your MTS network on.
Yeah, he was saying how his wife is a motivational speaker and she has like a women empowerment network. So I'm interested to talk to her and kind of see, how we can join together and do some joint ventures. So that's awesome.
That is awesome. Okay, weekly highlight. I actually was really listening to you, so I don't know. Give me 2 seconds. Let me think about it.
I need some elevator music.
Elevator music, I know. We really didn't do too much this last weekend. Nothing pizzazzy happened. The side hustle's not bad. It's the side hustle. Oh, okay. I have one. So I'm trying to think of anything different than what I've already told them. Like that's all that. So I'm on an economic empowerment committee for the DFW Urban League Young Professionals. And I am been given the opportunity, to assist. Hey, Poetic, with on a couple of committees. So I'm on the Civic Engagement Committee, and then recently joined up with the Economic Empowerment Committee, and we are throwing a gala. I'm excited about that. It does sound fancy in November, so I'm excited to see how that comes out. But I've been given the task to be able to be the person who helps assist with the Small Business Awards. So for you small business owners, 3 years or more out there, tune in, I'll say over the next few months, for some information to apply for that award.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, it's 3 categories, and I mean 3 different tiers, and it's gonna be nice. So it'll be a really lovely event in November. So yeah, so that's my weekly highlight.
Okay. I definitely thought you were going to say you were excited to go to Red Breed this weekend.
Oh, well, yeah, that's not a highlight. That's what it is.
Yeah, I guess it ain't a highlight.
Nah, that's not. It hasn't happened yet. We're going to talk about that next week. Because something out of these 3 days is going to be awesome. Last year, we were coming back from Vegas and El Paso. We were so beat up, y'all. We couldn't even do nothing but be in the house last year. So this year, it's exciting. So we will be going live on the MTS Network, on my Candace Sublet page, on her Aqua Sublet page. We will be outside all weekend. Rare Breeds, Empire, Midway Run, Dallas, Texas. Come see us, holler at us, stop us, tell us you want to interview. She'll definitely interview on the spot. And I'll just, be there holding the camera.
She'll probably be doing the interviewing.
Oh, whatever.
She talks a lot more than I do.
I do?
Yes.
You talk to everybody.
Yes, but you talk a lot more.
Oh, a lot more, too.
Yeah, you're a little more talkative.
A lot less people.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah, you don't have time to talk to a lot of people.
Because I talk so much to a few people.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what I do. Talk too much.
Well, last week we had Marnay on the show.
Yes.
And she was giving away a med card. If you don't know what that is, tune into last week's show.
Right.
If you live in an area where it is accepted, and if you do not live in an area where it's accepted, it was something else that it was. It was like blueberry,
some products,
or something. Something.
Yeah, some CBD products.
So, anywho, only one person followed the rules last week because you had to share the live and tag 3 people. Only one person did it. So that made it super easy to decide who the winner was. I didn't even have to do a whole wheel this week.
Yes. And you've been doing awesome on the wheel. I love it.
I forgot. So I forgot to do the wheel this week, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
So I ran home earlier to do it, and I was like, it's only one person. Maybe there was a reason why I didn't do it.
Yeah. So. Look, the creator knew.
Yes. So anyway, the winner of this week's giveaway is Spoiled One. So I will make sure that you get put in contact with Marnay to claim your prize. So congratulations.
Yay. I'm excited.
Yeah, that's awesome. I want to see what it is. So make sure you tag me whenever you receive it, because I want to see what it is.
Right. I want some CBD lotion.
I don't think that's what it is.
Oh, okay.
I definitely think it's pre-rolls. But...
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna say if it's some CBD product, I definitely.
I don't think it's. Yeah, no.
Okay.
It's not.
I need some for my neck and it's been tight lately, about the last month. So yeah.
I need to go to the chiropractor. Everything has been tight lately.
Yes.
And I'm little, so I ain't got much room for that.
So silly. So drop some things, some sayings in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. All at us. Let us know what y'all got going on. Who check in if you going to Rare Breed this weekend. Heck yeah, we want to see you guys. So, we heard it's supposed to be like 5,000 people out there. So yeah, that's a lot of peopling. But, she said like, yeah, that's a lot of people. So yeah, we're excited. We gotta get our bands. Make sure we support those gentlemen. Yeah. So. But anywho, so on to this week's topic, women in tech. I actually had I believe it's a documentary that I saw on Netflix, and I can't for the life of me think of the name of it. I watched it a couple months ago, and it's about this young lady who basically is trying to change the way
AI or artificial intelligence, not insemination, I'm sorry, artificial intelligence is created.
Definitely thought about intelligence, not
I know, I
insemination.
almost said insemination.
Oh, okay.
Because I was talking about it earlier. That's why.
Oh, okay.
So, that's a topic for another time. But so she's working on trying to create the way recreate the way that it's created because it is created.
It's a spider?
Yeah.
I don't even see it. Oh, it is a spider there. Oh,
Sorry,
he's just
y'all.
doing his little thing. He's about this big, y'all.
Oh my god.
About this big. I'm looking for
it.
a tarantula.
I just happened to see it coming down like Spider-Man or something. I didn't know what was going on. But so, according to the documentary, artificial intelligence is programmed with more of the mindset of Caucasian males.
Yeah.
And so she is trying to have it recreated, basically. Well, not recreated, but she's trying to create new AI that is more inclusive of all genders, all colors, and things like that. So it was a really interesting documentary, and it definitely caught my attention. And so that was the reason that I chose this week's guest, because I saw her post in another group about her platform that just launched called Black Up.
Yes.
And it is basically a platform to connect Black professionals with corporate jobs. So there are corporate entities basically that either partner with her or come to her because they want to create a more diverse atmosphere with their employees and things like that. So they go there to, connect with those people. So it's kind of like an Indeed for Black people, in my opinion.
Okay.
That's what I would.
What did I say? Something like Black people meet for a job or Black LinkedIn. That's what it reminded me of. Like, okay, well, we'll see. So I'm excited to hear about this. Actually, it's like I said, I've been seeing a lot of black tech and Black women in tech here lately. So
I actually joined a I'm not sure if it's Women in Tech or Black in Tech, I think is what the name of the group
on
is.
On LinkedIn?
On Facebook.
Oh, okay, because it came up on LinkedIn. Look at it, our stuff is just sinking.
Oh.
Yeah. That's why I was like, I just saw something about that. But like I said, there was a something I didn't get to watch or listen to today because, like I posted on Facebook the other day, I'm trying to spend more time on LinkedIn. That was my goal in April than I did on on Facebook or anything else. So I've reshuffled my notifications, or excuse me, my icons or my apps. And it still don't matter because it's like my finger just automatically goes to the little blue app. But I've noticed today, I had signed up for something like 2 weeks ago, AI and project management and how it's going to be effective. But I didn't get to listen to it, so I'm going to see if I can go back and listen to it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was supposed to be
doing. Well, our guest is here. So
she's here?
Her on
okay, I'm excited. Come on, sister.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. What about you guys?
Great.
I'm doing good.
Despite whatever this nasally cold thing is I got, I'm pretty good.
Probably the allergies. It's been a lot of flowers growing and all of all that.
Yeah, probably. Who knows?
Yeah.
It probably is.
Everybody's stuffy this week off.
Yeah. So you all in Texas, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. The weather here is not very predictable, right? It's like off and on. It's just hard on your body.
Yes,
right.
And my mother was telling me it was the trees because about 3 weeks ago I wasn't as bad off as she was, but it was definitely close. Like she caught a cold with it and a fever and everything. So.
Oh wow!
Well, yeah, was trying to take me out, man. Like I ain't got stuff to do this week.
Yeah. Well, you're fighting.
Yeah, she is. She's doing good today. So I'm very proud of her. But go ahead.
Lots of vitamins.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Would you like to introduce yourself and tell us who you are?
Yes.
What's up, Remy?
Absolutely. My name is Christabel Agbankonkon. I am the CEO and founder of Black Up Tech, a technology company that uses AI and machine learning to try to connect Black professionals to companies. So I am so happy to be here with Candice. Is that your Candice? What's
Yes,
Candice?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, your Candice.
Yes, ma'am.
And is it, how do you say, Aqua?
Aqua, like the
Okay.
color.
Okay. Very good. So thanks you guys for having me on here.
Thank you for coming. So tell us about your platform, like, and how it developed and where the idea came from.
Mhm.
If you want to talk about how you implemented it, some challenges that you incurred along the way. So
Absolutely. Yeah, so like I said in a little introduction thing, it's obviously an AI, it's AI driven machine learning. And so it's very technologically driven. And so I'm not a real tech person. Actually, I do not even know how to write codes. And so, but when it was 2001, George Floyd was happening, and a lot of people were on the street and protesting, and I just had this feeling that I needed to do something for the Black community. This was going to be my contribution because I couldn't be out there. There was COVID, and we were trying not to get somebody with a special need in my home sick. So we stayed home, but I wasn't out there. And I just heard that I wasn't out there. And so I just kept thinking, what can I do to contribute to the Black community, right?
right,
At the same time, a lot of companies were having this awakening to, yeah, there's a lot of inequality in the community, in the country. A lot of us knew it in abstract until George Floyd happened. We were not actually tuned into it. And
right,
so a lot of companies were like, yeah, we're going to try to do something. And so my husband worked for a company that he was working from home here in Texas, a company in California. And the CEO would come on every Friday during that whole time, and he'll like talk about how the company wants to hire more Black people. Oh, by the way, my husband is one of the only few Black people on there, and he kept saying that. But I didn't hear how he was going to accomplish that goal of
right.
increasing the Black diversity. And so, but he wasn't the only one. I heard a lot of CEOs from other programs that I listened to, and over and over again, I didn't hear, yeah, we want to do, I heard intentions, but I didn't really hear action, right? And so I
Yes,
thought, okay, this is going to be my contribution. This is something that I need to do. And the feeling will not go away. When you have this feeling, it's like, I gotta go do this thing. And I'm
yes,
like, why
ma'am.
me? Like, nope, there are other people there that know what they're doing. Me? No, that's not me. And I still
Exactly.
say that a lot too, but this time around, yeah, I
We
felt
really
like,
do too, all the time.
yeah, where you doubt like what you're hearing, is this what you're supposed to do? And you look at it and then you overthink it. It's like, no, 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 this can't happen. But anyway, the feeling won't go away. And so I felt like I had to do something. And so for the first thing I did was I reached out to my BYU alumni. If you see, I have two white guys that co-founded this company with me. And so I didn't know where to go. I was like, I don't know how to code one thing. I don't even know where to start. And so
Right,
why don't you reach out to BYU Marriott School of Business and see if there's somebody there who would, be interested in, taking this up or helping you or leading you or guiding you to a place where you could find the help you need. And so that person that I was guided to was Greg Anderson.
okay,
And there was a list of probably 30 people on that list. He just kept coming to my head over and over again, that guy. And while I was at BYU, he wasn't even teaching over there. And so it's not like I knew him before now. So I, picked up the phone, called Greg, and the rest is history. I came to find out he's this amazing guy. He grew up in the South in the 60s or in the 60s. And he experienced the whole racial
yes,
segregation, things that were happening in the 60s. He actually had a Black friend that came to their house to swim in the pool when the white kids were there, and the white kids were like, they're not going to get in. He needs to get out. And he was like, if you guys don't want to swim with my friend Anne, then you guys are out.
right,
His friends left. And so he's had these experiences. His dad was in the military, and his best friend was a Black guy. They'll
right,
do everything in the military base, but when they went out, they couldn't go through the same door. And he just, as a child, could not understand why a country could do that. And so,
Right.
yeah, so when I called him, he was the right person for
Yeah.
that, and so God doesn't really make mistakes,
Right.
when you have that inspiration to go do something, just go get it done, because you just never know.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so that the rest is history. And the university just embraced me, and they said, we're going to help you. And Mark and Greg were just so into it, and they brought the whole group of people and university professors to help out and do research. And so, in the process of our research, how I came out with the AI algorithm was I started to look at the numbers, and I thought, oh my gosh, why is it that the Black unemployment rate is not changing? Like,
Right.
we have these waves of when everybody is having a recession, Black people are having a depression in the employment situation. Why are we having this? And that pattern is held since 1973. For
Yes.
every time that the US has entered into a recession, Black people get a depression in their job situation. And so, and I started to look at companies. It wasn't any different. It's like companies that have existed for 40 years, they don't look too different than they did maybe 40 years ago. And
Yeah.
so I didn't see progress. And I wasn't sure why there wasn't any progress, because a lot of companies were really pushing, at least for the past 25 years since we've had this DE&I, a lot of companies have been on board. There's a lot of, I don't want to say noise because it will sound like, rude, but there's a lot of talk. And so
Yes.
I didn't see that reflected. I want to believe the companies truly want to make a difference, right?
Mhm.
Because, and here's the reason I believe that. I believe that because, see, companies don't even understand why they can't hire, why they can't find more Black people. And sometimes they tell you it's the pipeline, but it's not the pipeline, because we have a lot of Black people graduating now than they graduated in the 1970s, in the
Right.
1980s, our numbers are going up exponentially, like growing. We will
Yes.
go into school,
Mhm.
Yes.
but it is not showing in how we're our upward
How-
mobility in terms of the kinds of jobs
Yeah.
and getting into that higher level of higher positions. It's not showing.
Mhm.
We have more Black women at one point graduating with MBAs than
Yes, we
white
do.
men, but you don't see that in the
In the workplace.
in the workplace.
Yeah.
And so, but I found out what the reason was, and that is why I feel so strongly. I just hope everybody will listen to this and will know that this is the only way that we can help
Mhm.
both companies and Black individuals. The problem is the algorithms. The algorithms are the problem,
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I've
because
applied to jobs that I know that I was qualified for. And then so then now I'm questioning myself as a professional, as a project manager, as a person who is skilled in these different things. And it's like, well, dang, I didn't even get through the door.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
did my resume or I've got experience. I may not have a full degree, but I've got 10 years of experience. I've got time served. Like I've worked for Fortune 500 companies. So why am I not getting through? Okay, so my time may be 15, 20 years in, but it's like I've done what I was supposed to do. So,
it's
but
the
yeah,
algorithms.
it's
It's
out
the
there.
algorithms that are kicking you out. Because when you come with your name, for example, and it's like Aqua, that kind of a name gets kicked out. You're out because it sounds too different,
Yeah,
and so the way that my co-founder and I try to describe it is that algorithms would take everybody, and when you take everybody, the way that it works is the median. You take the middle of it, and
uh-huh.
so the people who are more tend to show up in that pool of people that you have. And
Mhm.
so historically, the people that have been in the workforce are mostly white men.
Yeah,
And so a lot of times the algorithms continue to pick the same people over and over again. And companies like Apple and Google and so on have these algorithms just running. They're running essentially the exact same thing where there's this codification of bias that is happening with the algorithms. And so That's why you can't get a job when you're on LinkedIn or Indeed or whatever, because they're all using the same algorithms that are built to favor one group of people.
Okay. Okay. So you're telling me that I need to be uploading my resume to Black Up Tech when we get off of here.
Yes.
That's what you're telling me.
I'm telling you to do that. And as we
Okay.
start to onboard companies in, here's another great thing.
Okay.
Because we've had so much struggle with this whole job inequality for Black people,
Yes,
I felt strongly that even though we have this algorithm that could help, companies need to be intentional. Like companies need to literally say, for example, Google, we have 1,000 jobs. We want those 1,000 jobs to go to Black Hub and for Black professionals to go apply for those jobs. We will leave those jobs there at least for a month or for a short period of time
right.
for us to be able to screen for Black talent first. So my goal is that I hope the jobs that they put on our site will not be on you shouldn't find them on any Google site. You shouldn't find them on Indeed. Because if you do that, then the aim of it is defeated, right? You have
Right.
to come here when you can't fill that talent, then you could go out to the population because we've had all these inequalities. And so it would be for companies that are intentional.
Okay.
Finally, companies are not going to say, "Oh well, I can't find it. There's not a lot of Black people there." We're going to put all that to bed because we're going to fix that with this platform. So we
Yes.
have the right algorithm. We have the pool of Black candidates all situated in one place. And I think that is what is going to give us that success, because finally companies won't have excuses. They were like, well, we can't find them. And truly, to be fair to companies, whenever everybody is talking, they go, well, we're going to go to the HBCUs. Well, there's
Right.
25 of those, right? So
Yeah.
tell me, if you were a company, would you like to go to each of those to try to find talent?
No.
That's too much of work.
Yes, it is.
And so there is that thing that is stopping people. In a way, it's an impediment where your people or companies are saying they're not going to do anything. Like, oh yeah, we go to maybe Morehouse, Howard, the big three or whatever. But there's all these other historical Black colleges. And of course,
Yep.
there's so many of us that didn't go to HBCUs. And
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. There's lots of us that didn't go to HBCUs and I know my choice to not go to HBCU was more so because I wanted to go somewhere that would expose me to every culture.
yeah.
So that was my intent. But not to say that a Black school wouldn't. Actually, I'm thinking about like my kids need to go to HBCU from here on out.
Yeah.
Like I should have made a different choice, but
Yeah.
I just wanted to be exposed to some type of diversity. And I was able to go to school with white people, with Indians, with, Samoans, with all these different people. And that was something that I guess that's how I thought the world was going to be by now. It
Yeah.
is definitely not.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
We'll get it
But
there.
it's definitely not. Now, one of the questions that I had when it comes to what it is that you're doing and the problems you're trying to solve when it comes to African Americans or Black people in the workforce, is there some type of legislation? Is there some type of way we can advocate to help Blacks in tech? Or like, what is it that we can do? I guess, is it a national issue? Is it entrenched in our laws? What is it that we can do in that way, in like a civic way?
Yeah. So, like, if you listen to the politicians, they can't even get a simple like bill passed that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we are so polarized as a society right now. I mean, like, oh my gosh, even prison reform that Trump was trying to do, that was like, what? We can see that, Black families essentially pipelines, Black homes, a pipeline to prison.
Yes.
And everybody could see that. And the way that the criminalization of marijuana versus cocaine and all of it was in black and white. And so that was not easy to do. And so I think that government could have policies in place, like affirmative action and all that. But I think strongly, because I've had people like, have you looked at government? I'm like, no, government is created dysfunctional. Why do I want to go do that? I mean, like, no. I mean, even things that we can see, like makes sense. Our legislatures can't come together to do that. And so I feel like we need to have a country buy-in. So, for example, this is a startup company that is a SaaS company, and hopefully someday it'll be a publicly traded company. So
Okay.
what happens is that the community, the country, everybody's invested in it. And so when people are invested in something, they need to see it work,
Yeah.
right? Because government is great, has the money, but government is not efficient, it's not effective, and everybody knows that. And
Yeah.
so I don't even look at that in terms of what and and so I think the community could rally around this. I think that we need to do our thing, right? We need to do our thing. And from our side, we need to get each other involved, and I think with government jobs, they're not supposed to discriminate. And that's why you see a lot of African Americans and Black people in government jobs
Right.
because,
They
there's,
have to take everybody.
yeah, yeah, you'll take everybody, go to the post office. I mean, you live like in the whitest place in the town, you see Black people coming and doing meals because the government, I think it's a little bit better, but this is companies. And a lot of us don't want to work for the government. We want to go to companies because companies pay better. You get all these things that, like stock options, you get a lot of things that bring wealth to the Black community. That is something you're going to get in a publicly traded company versus working government jobs. And so that's why I feel that it shouldn't be government hand in it. Of course, government could always they could always be, of course, we've had like legislations passed to help Black people, right? And so we already have that in the books. So it's not like it's not there. You're not supposed to discriminate on the basis of race and
Right.
sexual orientation or country of origin. You're not supposed to, but that doesn't mean that. How are you going to check for all that? And so
Yeah.
there's a lot of, yeah, go ahead.
Especially if you're using like the AI systems, like the first thing that they'll say is, "Oh, well, that wasn't me; it was the system." But this is a system that's put in place by all of you, so you know what the criteria is for this system.
Going into
So
it.
instead of changing the criteria and make it more inclusive, you still allow it to kick these very deserving people of these jobs to the side.
Yeah.
So that definitely is still like, yeah, that's BS.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No. It's very frustrating. I could tell you that when you look at the data, it just shocks you. It's like, ooh, this is what's happening. Because sometimes when you're living in the moment, you think it's only you. You think, well, maybe like you were thinking, right, Candice? You thought, okay, maybe there's something I'm doing wrong. Maybe I have to change something in my resume, right?
Yes.
I'm currently going through that struggle, and every day she's looking at me like, "So, did you apply for a job?" I applied for hundreds of jobs, but I already know with my name the issue that I'm going to have with trying to get a job outside of fast food.
Yeah, that's so sad. That's so sad. And we could try to get it collectively to try to make sure that doesn't happen, where companies could put us first, companies could pay attention to us, companies could be intentional to say, okay, we have 5,000 jobs. We could at least make sure 20 go to Black people no matter what.
Yeah.
And if companies could do that, I mean, we can make the pie bigger, then nobody's missing out.
Yes, that part.
So, and I believe that
to be uploading. Do you have her website?
I sure do.
Okay, can you drop it down for the people so they can see it? If you're just tuning in, welcome to Meet the Subletts, Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We have Miss Christabel. I don't want to mess your last name up.
That's all right. Just call me Christabel. It's good.
Oh, Miss Christabel, I apologize.
Yeah.
So Miss Christabel, but y'all see her information there? Be sure to go online, upload your resumes, follow her on all socials. So I know, like I said, I found you on LinkedIn. I was gonna find it because I'm trying to spend more time on LinkedIn and do a lot of their online learnings just while I'm at work, and I'm listening to it and answer the questions and just getting certificates to try to build and improve my skills.
Yes.
While I'm at the job I'm at that, or the side hustle that I'm at now. And then as well, so to improve our businesses and the things that we have going on. But please follow her. Go upload your resumes very soon.
Share it with your friends.
Share it with your friends, especially if you are Black people. And if you are not Black and you have Black friends, please share it with them as well. So
Yeah.
this has been an exciting topic. I'm so excited to hear this. I thank you very much for having this passion and listening to the Most High. I know you may, like you said, that you may doubt yourself because we doubt ourselves. Well, all the time. Like, are we doing this the right way? Just trying to figure out how to be an entrepreneur. And then, of course, I'm looking at these different, companies I've worked for. And I've worked for some pretty amazing companies. And then it's like after like 2007 is like, no, 2013. It's like I couldn't get back in the door, no way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And maybe it's my last name.
Maybe. Because Candace is pretty interchangeable.
Yeah.
I actually was just having a discussion about that earlier, with starting, the MTS network and where it started from and where we're trying to grow it to, and having no idea how to run a network, no idea how to build a network, no idea how to do any of those things, but knowing that it has to be done because it's needed. Like we need to have a voice, we need to have a presence, we need to be seen as women.
Yes.
Because a lot of times we're silenced and overlooked and all that. So the guy that I was talking to earlier, that was how we got on that. Because like sometimes you just gotta go for it and figure it out and not give up just because you're unsure of where to start. So I definitely appreciate that you have created this. I think it's super awesome.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. I think that the success of it is all dependent on Black people. I think that as long as we come together and make this work, I tell people, my kids will be okay. I am okay, but there's so many people that are not okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And we need to make a difference in this world. I could be okay and say, okay, I'm okay, but that's not good enough. And so I just need the support of everybody to make this thing that I believe so strongly about to let it work.
Okay. Well, we are definitely in support. We will share any information that you send us. If there's any printed materials, we do go to at least, I know the Black Wall Street motorcycle rally is going to have at least 30,000 people. We'll be there in 2 weeks. And then there's an event, the National Bikers Roundup, which is a Black event. That will be in August. Yeah. So we may talk about some business sponsorships. That way we can pass out your information. And then that way you can get some more leads on African Americans.
Because we definitely talk to a lot of African American people.
I mean, like, and we talk about 60,000 to 70,000 people in August. And these are bikers. And people think motorcycle riders are all rough, but a lot of us
So I have a story of a biker. So a friend of mine, so it changed my perspective, right? And so then he was the general manager for the local NBC that covered Pittsburgh, I think covered DC, five big cities. And he was a really big guy. And right now he's in Atlanta. He covers, I don't know, maybe the whole region or whatever.
Oh, wow.
He went and got a bike. His wife wasn't real happy about it because he was always worried that something would happen or whatever. But he joined the bikers thing, and so I don't think that it's just perception, right? Perception.
Yes,
Yes,
and it's so funny when people, they go home and they take their vest off and take a shower and they get up for their jobs. You never know what a person may be like. There's so many people that I've met, and I'd be like, "You're a what?"
Yes.
Like, wait a minute, you are a director of human resources, like
an accountant, really?
Right, girl. Blew
Yeah.
away too. A project manager. Okay, and it's funny because I can always tell the project because I'm a project manager. So I can always tell the project managers just in some of the things they say, and I'm like, I'm gonna ask you next time. I'm not gonna do it while we're in the middle of kicking it right now. We're gonna ask you some. What was you talking about, a test call or something for? And they got on your nerves, and a deployment. So that's my language. That's what I speak.
Yeah. So I would definitely love
to spread your information. Like I said, if there's any printed materials, we'll get you those dates, and then you can. We'll definitely go and talk about, like I said, some business partnerships get it out there because it needs to be out there. Like, thank you very much for doing this. I'm very
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you girls, calling me in and letting me talk about this. I'm so thrilled about this. I'm so thrilled. I
good.
know I could go on and on. I'm kind of a talker. Sometimes I have to check myself.
Oh, we're together, baby. We're gonna, but believe me, we're gonna talk offline. So then we can get like an hour and a half in. So that way, like other people, like, what are they talking about? Let's go now, because I really, like I said, I just never. I grew up in a diverse part of town. I thought everybody got the same education I did.
Yeah.
I thought everyone had the same access to parenting that I had.
Yeah.
I thought, and then I realized as I got older why my friends treated me a different way from church because they lived in a hood. Their parents were not together.
Yeah.
Even though, my parents went to work every day, their parents were not going to work every day, no matter what the issue was, or they didn't have enough money to take care of them. Yeah. So I don't think I was honestly, probably until about 2 years ago, that I realized, like, that I think really
that's why a lot of anger comes from, though. Like, a lot of anger in Black people, what it comes down to is like, access. We get the bare minimum when they expect us to make a castle out of the bare minimum.
And you can't.
And we can't really afford ourselves, but we got these kids. We got, obligations and life that we have to deal with. And then you want us to come in here and put on a smile, but we only can get these jobs in these really crappy places where people come in and treat you crappy. So it's like a horrible cycle that we can't get out of no matter how much we try. And that just has to change.
Yes,
it has to change. It just has to change. We just can't be doing the exact same thing. I tell people this is a 400-year problem. Yes. It hasn't. This an article on our blog. You could go read it. It's called Embedded. Essentially, I would say that they're still embedded in corporate America slavery, right?
Yes.
The hierarchy of slavery. We still have element of that embedded in our corporations, our companies, because that's what it is. It's like you got all these Black people working the hard jobs, the fields, and that our eyes got open during COVID.
Yeah.
Where all of a sudden, Black people were like essential workers, but then they got essential, and then they all died.
Yeah. Or the Hispanic Americans. It's like, oh, so these are the people that got to go to work and be essential. Like, she was going to work. I was at home.
Yeah.
Working 17
people
hours.
Yelling at me, but it's only 3 of us in here. Like, right. What?
And then it's crazy because when it came down to the people that got laid off, the minorities got laid off first.
Yep. Well, that's what usually happens first. And that's where we get where if there's a recession, Black people go first and they go along and then they go, and then it becomes a depression. And so it's been going on. And it's not like we don't work good. We work. I mean, people are willing to work. The people that I'm meeting want to work.
Take care of them and pay them what they're worth.
Oh, yeah.
They'll be happy to come to
be
work.
Be all up in that thing with donuts and kolaches.
What? My kids is fed. I can come to work happy.
Clean.
I'm not worried about no stresses.
Yeah, but
so we didn't talk about this, but that's something that this platform does, pay equality, because we are essentially going to review the companies that you work for. And you get to tell us how you feel. So this experience is part of the stuff that I love about this platform, the way we've designed it, is that whole experience management, right? So we can review. You can essentially come and review your company. Because when you go to Glassdoor and they review and they say, oh, this is the best company to work for, the best for who? A lot of times that data doesn't capture how Black people feel. And that's why a company can rank really great. Go and ask the Black people how they're feeling. And so this is another way for people to truly rate companies. Okay. This is a real company that is inclusive and works for Black people. And so you would get that opportunity. Pay equality is one thing. Did you feel like you get paid fairly? If your company didn't pay you fairly, you could tell us, and it will show that at the end of the year, your company will get to see exactly how they're faring in terms of how they're treating people who work for them. And so Black people who work for them. So that would be a great way for companies to make sure companies that come to us will make sure that they're paying you fairly because they want to be rated well.
Yes, they do. Yeah, they have to. And it's crazy because I put in a bid of what I know, and it was the low end of what I know I'm supposed to be getting paid for what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
I put it in through because I'm on contract right now, so I put it in through my temp agency, and I know they probably got that information because it was like looking at me like, "Ooh, we can't afford you." No, you can't.
Yeah.
We can't afford since 2007. Like we are in 2022. That's 15 years. It
Wow.
may be intermittent somewhere in there, but from this job I learned inventory management, and from this job I learned human resource management, and all these things put together. Like, and I think there was a meme I saw on LinkedIn. You're not paying me for the amount of time it takes. You're paying me for the years that I learned how to put it within 30 minutes.
Yeah.
That within, being able to look at spreadsheets, because right now I'm doing process improvement where I'm basically documenting the processes, putting them in a book so that way somebody has them. But people are obviously not following it because they follow whatever the hell they want. And, so my boss is really trying to turn the wheel where, turn the ship where we're following processes.
Yes.
And so, like, I haven't had the opportunity for process improvement. So this is my opportunity for process improvement. But y'all gonna pay me.
Yeah.
Because what you're gonna do is you're gonna pay me the amount that I deserve to be paid, so I can afford to go get the green belt and the Six Sigma, and it not be a company expense.
Yeah.
So that way I can help it continue to improve where I am.
And most good companies will pay for that. They won't. Yeah, but then that's not a great company because you are an asset to them, because once you get that training,
yeah.
Yeah.
Their processes will be, but it's a very small business.
Yes. Okay.
And so it's
hard.
We got like maybe 75 employees.
Okay.
Between the plant and the office, so it's not
a big
500 like what I'm used to. Like that's why I said, y'all got me in here learning Excel all over again. Oh my goodness. I'm used to the system doing it for me. Let me just go click some buttons and then I'll go aggregate what I need to.
Yeah.
I got to learn Excel all over again. I got to and I mean I've learned a lot in the last 2 months, but this side hustle is I'm definitely in the Stone Age. Let me just tell you that.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes. So that's why I said I will be definitely uploading my resume. But as a part of what it is that my end goal, continuous and process improvement is a part of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's why like they're saying, well, what are you gonna do if I wrote down everything that I do. I don't write down company trademarks, but as far as process, I've written down everything that I do. Like I've had probably 4 folders of notes just from March.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're gonna show improve. I'm gonna be I want to write a couple of white papers based off of this and submit them to the Project Management Institute. So I'm really engaged in it at this point. So that's why I'm like, no, I gotta get something that y'all gonna pay me.
Yes. People get paid out there a lot for showing up. Just show up, you get paid a lot. So.
Oh, and then believe me, people are showing up and getting paid a lot, and they're not doing nothing. And that's my job, to go find out where the waste is. And I see the waste all the time. Like, oh, we not doing nothing about the waste? Okay. Yeah. So let me just sit here and keep writing stuff down.
Yeah.
Like, what can you do? This is, this is someone else's company. So you can't make people do what they may or may not want to. So whatever. But I'm gonna have a paper by the end of the year. Sure. I'm gonna have my name on some stuff. So thank you so much. Like I said, we will be definitely speaking with you soon. If you're just tuning in, Miss Christabel is about to leave us, and then we're about to wrap up the show. But can you drop her website again for those that may be tuning in?
Yes, I can.
Okay, because I really want everyone, if you are Black, African American, African, whatever the case may be, if you are Black in America, we need you to go hit up this website, upload your resume. What's our giveaway this week?
You don't have one.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give away $50 to whoever goes and uploads their resume on here. These are, I'm sorry for our viewers that are not Black, but this is for Black people. So once you have done that, I need you to email us. Can you drop our email address in her thing too?
If they're white, they could if they have a company, I want to hire Black, they could come over and create an account on the company's side.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And so so that works too for our white friends.
So companies as well. Okay, so we're definitely going to be talking, because I'm going to start talking to a lot more Black businesses. We're actually going to a Chamber of Commerce event tomorrow before we get out.
Well, we were just I was just telling her about how we're going to start when we go to these different pop-up shops and various things, networking and stuff like that. We're going to start talking to these different business owners. So that's definitely like information that I would want to give to them as well.
Yes, yes, because this is definitely something that needs to happen.
Email address.
Yes, so send us an email after you have uploaded your resume. So we will type that up afterwards and post it on our page.
Yes.
So I will personally, from my own side hustle money.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I have to pay you back for that, because I don't want you guys to have to use your money. So we'll talk about that later on.
Well, we'll get it figured out. But I just, like I said, I really want people. That has been what we've been trying to do. Whether it's your health, whether you're a woman, whether you're a man, whether you're happy, sad, aging parents, ill children. We've been just wanting to help people, but we can't do it all.
Yeah,
we have to survive. We have to live, and whatever we can do to encourage people, which is our number one goal every day, is to get up and encourage people. We're not perfect at it, but our goal is to encourage and empower people, and that's why we bring guests on like you to be able to get your information out there. With our platform, we actually learned that somebody watches our show from the UK.
Yep.
We don't even know who they are.
But we don't know who a lot of people are.
Right. And they stop us.
That watches. But it's always fun when we see, like, someone sees us in public and they're like, hey, I follow you or I watch you. And it's like, oh, hey.
Girl. I know. Say something in the comments next time.
Yeah.
So we can recognize and then we can, identify people. We don't want to be rude. But yes, actually somebody this weekend, the young lady, she said she follows us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, and they come up and give us a hug all the time. And I'm not going to be rude, because again, you never know what somebody's going through at that moment, the time that it pops up on their screen or in their phone or in a text message or whatever. Yeah. You just, try to treat everyone decently as you can, but we want to just connect some dots all the time. That's our goal.
Always trying to connect people with the right people.
Yeah. Because it may not be what's for me, may not be for the next person, but everybody needs something. You just never know where that is and how it can assist. So I appreciate you so much.
Me too.
Keep walking in your purpose. Keep walking in your power. When you're doubting yourself, because I have to have them pull me together a lot too with the things that we're doing. Just keep going, because we need this.
Thank you.
Thank you
so much. Okay. We'll talk again.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Take care. Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye. Very, very lovely.
Oh, dear. I think she lives in Frisco.
Okay. Good job, babe. Awesome. We 2 for 2. Like, Meet the Subletts is popping. Kind of got me tearful. But these are issues that we're facing.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
I put my leg over here.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm old with brittle bones.
It's okay. And I apologize in advance if my eyes start to sweat, because she cutting onions in here. When you have epiphanies and realizations, and you know that you're not crazy, like, what is it that I'm doing wrong? I'm not just a cage cashier at a casino. I'm not just, a frock. Yeah. I mean, I'm more than that. Like, and then you have people tell me I'm brilliant or I'm smart or I'm this or that. I'm like, really? Like percentages? Like somebody asked me about percentages not too long ago. And
I always refer to her. People be asking me, you know this and this. No, but Candace does.
And I really don't think
feel
I
like
know.
she
And I'm
knows
like,
everything.
and I'm over here like, I think I may have read somewhere, or I think it might be in there. It may, me a little, way, way back in there. But these last 2 weeks have really helped me um, walk in my power, walk in my truth. And that's why I was just encouraging Miss Christabel, no matter what, if you got doubts or whatever, just keep walking in it. Like, you just never know where something's going to land you. You never know what's going to happen. We received an awesome, phenomenal message this morning from someone pretty dear um, at some point to us. But you just never know by continuing to try to stay positive and try to protect people and try to love them and empower them and encourage them. Some people are ready at that time and some are not. And you can't, that's one of the issues I have is, well, why didn't I do this right? Or why didn't I do, because I want everybody to be connected. Like being able to go and upload your resume and for someone to identify you as an applicant and not kick you out because of your name or kick you out because of your school you went to or kick you out. Like, no. Like, and that's why I think I'm really enjoying this DFW Urban League. Like, just to see that within my blackness, within who I am, like, it doesn't matter how old, how young, how connected, how not connected. If you're willing to put the work in, then good things can happen.
Yeah,
you can network, you can get to know people. But I'm so glad that we met.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to keep this together. That's why I'm trying to let me try to stay something happy. My eyes are sweating.
So if you just tuned in, this week's giveaway is $50.
Yes, from Taboo.
If you go and upload your resume onto blackuptech.com, and let me put the website up there for you guys so you know how to get there.
Yes.
www.blackuptech.com. Send us an email afterwards and let us know that you uploaded.
Yes.
And we will make sure that we get that $50 to you. I really hope that people understand how important it is. So many people speak on how things need to change, how they want things to change, but they don't want to be a part of the change. So I really think that this particular company is definitely a very good step towards change. And I think people oftentimes get it misconstrued that because Black people or women or anyone who is a minority want equal pay, or they're fighting for these equal rights or fighting for these things because they feel like they feel like they feel like we want to be better, and really we just want to be seen as equal.
Equitable.
At the end of the day, if you split us down the middle, we look the same inside, no matter what race you are, no matter what gender, no matter where you come from, all of our insides look the same.
Yeah.
So I think people feel it's a threat because if we're equal, then all of a sudden, I'm not as smart as I thought I was, or I wasn't this. That's not the case because there are so many smart people in the world, and there's enough room for everybody.
Right. Believe me.
And I really think if people open themselves up and allowed themselves to be teachable, you can learn a lot of things from each other. So instead of worrying about somebody coming in and knocking you off the top, how do we work together so we both can get there?
And we both
how do we grow together? How do we help one another?
Yes.
Like, I actually just saw a tweet yesterday. Twitter is going crazy right now because Elon Musk, he bought Twitter for like bajillions of dollars. I don't know. I think it's like 44 billion or something like that.
Oh, wow.
And so I saw another tweet that said he asked the government or whatever to send him, something to how he could end world hunger or something like that. So basically it was said that he was given this thing that said $6 billion could help with, world hunger or whatever. And so instead of just doing what he said he would do, he put $44 billion into this Twitter, whatever. And so people are upset because they feel like he didn't put his money where it should have been, like you just did it because you could kind of thing. But
How do you not know that 44 billion may not be going towards that stuff?
And really, what it is because he's an advocate for free speech. So a lot of people have issues with, I guess, the way they feel the direction of Twitter is going to go. And at the end of the day, if you're true to who you are, that shouldn't matter.
But Twitter is the political social media.
More so, yes.
So if he runs the political social media app, which is kind of what I was alluding to earlier, what advocacy, what legislation? And I don't know because I don't even know. I have no history or understanding. I did hear that about that this week. I've been really delved into learning and not news as much as I would be, and I definitely got to catch up on the news. But
yeah, by tomorrow.
Yeah, by tomorrow. But understanding that if he, to me, things are changed by policy, things are changed by advocacy, things are changed by action. Miss Christabel is doing action.
Mm-hmm.
Marnie, she's more of the action slash legislation.
Mm-hmm.
And then, then of course me, I'm advocacy. So just understanding the different lanes of things or how you move and create social change, that's kind of where I'm at. So if it does move the social change to where it can help curb the politics in this country and really try to enforce a lot of things that are going on, laws, those types of things, I can understand.
Yeah.
If 44 billion to buy Twitter is going to end world hunger, education, student loan bailout, all these different things, and it can help in that way, then I'm all for it.
I mean, I think that people just don't know long term, like what his goal is, and
exactly.
because you don't know what the plan is, but people just they take
automatically assume
they take little nuggets and run with it. So.
Yeah, so we don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not for or against this topic because I just learned about it just now. Or more about it just now. So, but tune in with us all weekend. We are going to be at Rare Breed Motorcycle Club here out of Dallas, Texas. Their Midway Empire Run. So everybody, Rare Breed and everyone else's will be outside. I know the Divas to Die For Motorcycle Club are on the ground. They've been on the ground from Cali since this morning. So
okay, hey, we kicked it with y'all the last time we saw y'all. So.
Man, sis, that was in Houston a couple of years ago. So so the MCs are on the ground.
It's gonna be live.
Yeah, it's gonna be all the way live because that's one of their support clubs, sister clubs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Whichever way.
Right. So we're excited to see all the ladies this weekend. We're gonna be pulling up on the bike. All the men. We're going to be looking at all y'all's bikes and anybody pulling up, really. But stop us. If you want an interview, we'll do some interviews. We'll be all the way live. It's going to be lit here in Dallas. We got to get our bands here shortly.
Yep. We will be sharing lots of information about the MTS network.
Oh, yeah. So I'm excited about that. All right. Well, thank y'all.
See y'all next week. Oh, wait.
Oh, and we have For the Record tomorrow night. 9 p.m. Central Standard Time.
On YouTube.
On YouTube.
On the
MTS Network. So we probably will be outside for y'all, just to let y'all know. We don't know yet. We're supposed to be talking about economic disparities, but we'll probably be outside. Getting the band. So, all right. We'll holler at y'all.
Next week's topic.
Next week's topic is what? I'm sorry.
International Female Ride Day. We're gonna have Lincoln and Purple Rain on as guests, so it's gonna be super awesome. Lincoln is going to be telling us about some of her endeavors she has going, and Purple Rain will be talking about her event. So.
Okay, come on, make it rain sound competition, book scholarship. Yeah. Come on with it, Dallas, Texas, stand up. We are excited about that. Yeah. We will be in El Paso, Texas, with the Biker Chickens of El Paso and the Road Queens Motorcycle Club at Barnett Harley Davidson. So definitely ready to go out there. We will not be pounding out there. I definitely have 8 appointments to handle in those short 2 days.
And it's funny because someone actually hit me up the other day. I'm going to say it's probably Monday or yesterday. I don't know. My days are running together. But hit me up and asked me if I wanted to be on their show on that Sunday. And I was like, I think I'm going to be coming back from El Paso at that time.
Oh
So,
yeah. Well, you can be in the car, dude, if you want to.
We'll see.
Okay.
Because, service ain't the greatest.
It's not in the
So.
desert.
Right.
Man, we going to the desert, y'all. But we gonna pound that thing. I learned how much I weighed today, and she lost 12 pounds, and I definitely am on the Richter scale. So let's just not even talk about.
I thought you was going to tell them.
Well,
Tell
heck
them how much I lost.
Nah, well, you said that on Facebook.
I did.
I'm about to say I seen
I'm
it
proud of
on
my
Facebook.
little 12 pounds.
You should be pounding a big 12 pounds.
Somebody asked me how I lost it. I said stress. It's true.
No, I thought I was losing weight too, but they said
maybe it's just repositioning.
It gotta be repositioned. She said I'm gay. No, I'm not even gonna tell y'all what she's like. Thank y'all very much for tuning in to Meet the Subletts. See y'all next week, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Bye.